Hey folks, Scott Walters here. Welcome back to the Bulletproof Garage. Let's install some cam bearings, shall we? So our intended victim is an AMC 360. Isn't it cool that AMC casts the displacement into the side of the block that I'm building for my 24 Hours of Lemons road race car, all right? Now, one thing before we get started, you really want to do this task while you have the crank and the pistons and the rods out. You can do it with everything in the engine, but it's just going to be a lot more difficult to see what you're doing. Okay, so the process of installing cam bearings is pretty much the same for all engines. However, there's something you've got to be aware of. How is the oil getting through your cam bearing journal, okay? It's common for engines just to have one single small hole here in the bottom of the cam bearing journal. And on those, it is critical that you get the cam bearing journal hole lined up with the cam bearing hole, or your engine is not going to get oil to the cam bearings, all right? And your camshaft will eventually seize, and that's a bad thing. You will also see some, especially on later model engines, that have a groove machined into the entire cam bearing journal area, all right? And on those, since the oil is going through the groove, and it will eventually come out the hole in your actual cam bearing. So on those engines, you just need to do a quick search and see where folks are recommending that you clock the hole in your bearing relative to the hole in your cam bearing journal. Now on this particular engine, you've got somewhere in the middle, right? So since there's a groove here, I'm just going to center it in the groove, okay? And if I'm off by 1/16 of an inch, it's no big deal, all right? All right, you want to install your cam bearings dry. So what I've got here is I've got acetone in a spray bottle, and I'm just going to take the acetone and I'm going to make sure all the bearing journal surfaces are dry and free of any oil. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to mark the center of the hole in the cam bearing journal, all right, so I can see that when I'm installing. All right, and I think you can see, so it marks just a little tick mark there at the center of the hole. And again, I've got a little bit of wiggle room here because it is a larger slot. It's not just a tiny hole that's the same size as the hole in the cam bearing itself, okay? So that's what's going to help me line it up. Okay, now what I've done here is I've just taken a Sharpie and I've drawn it right through the center of the hole, and that's going to help me line up the Sharpie mark with a white mark that I've already put on the block. Okay, you're going to need something to drive these in with, all right? So I've got a universal camshaft bearing installation tool. I'm actually not seeing a manufacturer's name on this. Okay, whatever the case, you find the appropriate driver that your bearing will fit into, all right? So this is too big, and this seems a little bit too small, but it's expandable, okay? All right, and you screw this guy on here. All right, then you place your driver on the end here, like so. All right, and you want it to seat all the way down there. And then place your cam bearing on, and then you're going to continue to expand it by tightening it. All right. There. All right. Now this is nice and tight. All right. And you can see you've got the metal to metal contact here. All right. The metal here is what's going to drive that in. And I obviously forgot to put something on here. All right. So this is what's going to, this collar is going to keep everything lined up. All right. So put the collar on and then tighten it down. All right. And that is nice and tight. Now, you want to start from the back of the engine and move to the front. Now, you may not know this, but your cam bearings are different sizes. Okay? The cam bearing that's all the way to the back of the engine where the transmission bolts is going to be your smallest. So we are going to work from the back of the engine to the front of the engine, and again, we're going to be installing the smallest bearing to the largest bearing. So I'm going to go ahead and insert, all right, and nothing should be hanging up here unless you've got the wrong size cam bearing on the tool. And when you get to the last spot, the one that you're going to drive in, all right, that should not fit without some pounding, all right? All right, let's zoom in here a little bit and give you some light. Now, what I've done here is I've lined up the hole with my tick mark right there, okay? So once I've got those lined up, it's time to install. Now, this part is important, all right? You want to make sure that your collar right here, your cone, remains in place, because that's what's going to keep your installation tool from getting crooked on you, okay? All right, verifying my marks are lined up. Got the cone, and I've got a rubber mallet. And now we are tapping in place. Now we've also got to get the depth correct, all right? We can have this lined up where the oil holes are lined up, but you may go past the oil hole, or you may stop short of the oil hole. And I'll show you how to do that here in a second. All right, now I'm going to loosen up the tool, and I'm going to pull it out, and it certainly looks like the cam bearing is not all the way in. Okay, so now we need to see if the bearing is in deep enough, all right? And I've got an Allen key that barely fits in the hole, right? All right. And I'm just going to take the Allen key and see if it fits. And it doesn't. So let's tap it in some more. All right. Let's remove that. Check with our Allen key. All right, we need to go in further. right, so a few more taps. We should be getting close. If that's not it, we should be really close. All right, now I just went in with a little 90-degree pick, and I'm close, but I need to tap it in a little further. All right, the pick was able to, give me an idea of where the hole in the bearing was in relation to the hole in the cam journal. So a few more taps ought to do it. All right, don't know if that's going to be it right there, but it should be pretty doggone close. Let me check with the Allen key first, see if I'm there. All right, really close. Another tap or two or three ought to do it. Oh, there we go. Okay, so the Allen key fits in. So we are good to go. We're going to stop right there. Okay, so that's the process, all right? So I've got to do this 1, 2, 3, 4 more times. I don't think y'all need to watch me do it 4 more times, all right? But I'm just going to follow the same steps. Take your time and make sure you get the oil holes lined up, and you should be good to go. Okay, folks, that is it for this episode of the Bulletproof Garage. As always, thanks for watching. Now, before I sign off, I have a few favors to ask. One, if you found this video helpful, please hit the thumbs up button down below. Also, please subscribe to the channel. Click down below for that as well, all right? And that way you'll get all the videos in your feed whenever they show up. And also, if you poke around some on my channel, the Bulletproof Garage, you'll see a lot more engine building tips. I've got road racing content. I've got vintage 4x4 content. I've got diesel dually content, a little bit of everything. Oh yeah, some heavy equipment stuff as well, okay? Also, if you've got a comment, love to hear from y'all. What did I do right? What did I do wrong? How would you have done it different? Love to hear from y'all, so post up a comment down below if you've got any comments on this video. And we'll see you next time on the Bulletproof Garage.